I'm hurting so bad right now. I can't take this anymore. What's even worse is I'm not 100% sure what they're doing, but it's definitely not helping me. It's almost like their actions are trying to break my will to survive. They're trying to break my sanity, but I won't let them. I'm going to stay sober. I'm going to stay on Jesus's path, and they will not break I'm going to survive. I'm going to keep on trying to live and help others, no matter how many times these assholes hurt me or lied to me or try to manipulate me. No patient should be crawling into their doctor's office. I don't care if you guys want to fuck with your patients. That's wrong. I know it is, but why would a doctor have their patient do this so many times? Maybe they think they're faking and they want to break their will. But you're not going to break my will to survive. I'm going to stay alive if you like it or not. I am not going back to woods. I'm not hanging myself. I am not going to do that shit just because society wants to get rid of me. No, I am going to the doctor and I'm going to get help. I am going to get better. I'm going to continue trying to heal. I'm going to get my kidneys to stop putting off black urine. I'm going to go and work on my nervous system. And as much as people try to kick me, burn me, frame me, do whatever the hell they want with me, I'm going to keep on doing the right thing by God. You can make up any story you want about me. You can steal my swimming medal and tell me I am a thief and a liar. I'm going to continue following Jesus. You can go into your fantasy land, but I'm going to continue following Jesus. My doctor can try to have me crawl on the side of the road and tell people there's nothing wrong, but I'm going to continue trying to get help and get better. I can go to the emergency room and have them write notes like do not go to gym class, and I'm gonna keep on persevering at work. I'm gonna keep on trying hard, and I'm gonna go back to the doctor to get a real do not lift order. If I have to go to the doctors to get a CT scan and they don't want to give me any transportation, they do not want to give me a wheelchair, they don't want to give me crutches, they don't want to give me a cane, and they know I can't walk or move, I'm going to get that help. I'm going to crawl on my hands and knees to go to the doctors if they like it or not. You can try to break me all you want, but I have worked hard for my sanity. I am now mentally clear. I can think clearly. I can help others. Just because my insides, my nervous system, my kidneys are failing does not mean I should be mistreated. So I am going to continue to try to get better. And I don't care who frames me, what cops beat me and drag me across floors, how much I bleed on the side of the road during work. Even if these doctors want me to work with COVID sick, I am not quitting. I am not quitting. I'm going to keep trying to stay alive. Because if I stop, I know I'll have to live in the woods with this condition. And I am not doing that. I'm going to keep on trying to live. I'm going to keep on trying to get better. My nervous system needs help. The numbness in my hands need help. My kidneys need help. My intestines need help. My lack of leg and movement and the lack of ability to walk needs help. And I'm going to keep on trying to get that help, no matter how many times they hurt me, play with me, or try to break me. And what's even worse is now I hear my roommate, somebody took $88 out of Pizza Hut after he just gave away all his information over the phone. Now, this is probably just a fantasy like my mother had to say, but this is something I'm worried about. This worry could be nothing, or it could be real. But I'm worried that the state of New Hampshire is going to try to really, really, really hurt me because they made a lot of mistakes. I'm a disabled man who's been forced to work with COVID while falling down on the side of the road. He has doctors that are having him crawl around on his hands and knees. He literally was bleeding into his testicles, and his doctor went on vacation. They gave him an emergency doctor, and then they sent him back to work with bloody testicles. And with all these mistakes, then they purposely make mistakes on my Social Security and my cash benefits. They purposely filed it at the wrong time, making me wait 3 months. Then they purposely made another mistake, so there had to be phone calls. And then the phone calls, they never answered. They stopped calling. They stopped answering. Then they dropped my case. This is very, very suspicious. All these things I'm talking about are suspicious and weird. I've never seen a patient have to crawl on their hands and knees. I've never, ever seen a patient piss black urine and get released right away. I've never, ever seen a doctor act in these ways. I've never seen a town, like for instance, I was in the other room, not able to move very much quietly, but we had two Rochester officials come over to our house. They were talking. I have an 83-year-old that lives here who's senile. He gives personal information over the phone after I tell him not to, stuff like that. So these two assholes in the kitchen try to convince him that there's nothing that he can do about water coming in his apartment. We have a gaping hole the size of the head that allows waterfalls to come in every time it rains for 8 years. Now we got a cat that's sick, I'm sick, my roommate's sick, our neighbors are sick, the guy who was staying with us got sick, and every guest we have gets sick within a short amount of time of being here. And these two jokers want to act like there's nothing that can be done. They repeat the code enforcement paper, but they leave out the last part. The code enforcement paper states this: there is no code enforcement, state code enforcement for mold. It's up to the town and city to write in code enforcement. Contact your city or town to check if there's any code enforcement. And the city of Rochester has no code enforcement for black mold. But then right at the bottom it says, if you have any personal damages, sicknesses, or any health reasons whatsoever, contact an attorney right away. And so they leave out that bottom part, that there is something that can be done if you start like dying or getting sick. And there was a child that was living in here before us, and there was gallons of water going into the wall at that time. So I'm sure that people have been getting sick in this building for a while and that child probably will have asthma for the rest of his life. And when they get us out of here, they're moving in other people. Don't forget though, I'm disabled and he's elderly. They purposely moved in an elderly person and a disabled person to an apartment that they could see a hole from the outside of the building. Now, I only got a phone call to come up here. I didn't get to look at it. If I did get to look at it, I would have had pictures right away. But luckily, I've recorded every last minute of this apartment since day one, and I've sent out pictures. Of course, I've had seizures. Phones have broken. This is like my 10th phone in the last 4 years. That's numbness in the hands and shaking is not a good mix with the phone. And what's even worse is then the doctors play like this is some fantasy or bullshit. No, the only bullshit I'm hearing is coming out of the doctor's mouth. Your patient needs to crawl across busy roads. That's bullshit. No patient of yours should be crawling on his hands and knees against busy roads. That's fucked up. That's fucked up shit to do to your patient. I can't imagine that happening to anybody else but me. I'm the only person that has a record that could allow something like that to happen. And now that I'm coming forward with all this, and I have proof, pictures, documents going back to age 7, I am very scared what they're going to do to me. Very, very scared, especially me not being able to walk, move, or really talk when they fuck with me. I'm really messed up. I'm really, really, after 25 years of not getting treatment and getting doctors to mistreat me instead, it's damaged my body severely. And I'm trying to tell doctors to stop doing it, but they continue. They continue, and they continue. They continue to damage my body. I tell them, hey, my legs aren't working. There's black urine. I need help with this. And then they try to continue to do the things that put me in that situation in the first place. The reason why I can't move my body properly is from getting drugged with all different types of pills. My mother was giving me extra pills all the time, all the way back to age 7. There was an OD at age 7 in Westford that started this, but there was Thorazine involved afterwards. There was Zyprexa. My mother was messing around with them. She was popping Xanax in her bedroom. I had to be rushed to the ambulance because of severe migraines. We went back. It was a side effect from the medication, but instead my mother decided what was more important was popping my Vicodin in the closet. This is why I'm really hurt right now. This is why I need help with the doctor. And I've been asking for years, help with a doctor.